God doesn't need anything. He created the universe for us. He created the water, the sun, the moon, and he created everything. He created us. There's only one thing God needs from us. So, O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the three planetary systems, nor am I in want of anything, nor have I need to obtain anything, and yet I am engaged in work. So he's reminding Arjuna, I took you on a journey throughout the three planetary systems. So Arjuna understands the three planetary system: upper planets, middle planets, lower planetary system. So as he's saying that to Arjuna, Arjuna remembers, I traveled with you out of this out of this material universe, went into the spiritual domain before. And so he's reminding Arjuna who he is, that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but yet he says, I don't need anything. And that's the beautiful thing in the yoga culture, as any spiritual culture should take us to this platform. God doesn't need anything. He created the universe for us. He created the water, the sun, the moon, and he created everything. He created us. There's only one thing God needs from us, and he doesn't need it. And that's where the power of this force called love comes in. In Sanskrit, they call it bhakti. God doesn't need anything. He desires one thing, and that is our love for God. God wants us to love him, but that has to come from us. He can't force us to love him. God can be right in front of us right now, and we can choose to not love him. We can choose to love him. So the yogis understood God created the whole universe already. He created everything. He doesn't need anything. So when I grew up in my Christian culture, there was a festival that I really loved called Harvest. There's a day where everyone in the school marches down the church pew in the center, and you carry fruit. You have a box and you carry fruits, vegetables, whatever, to offer to God. It's called the time of harvesting. And I used to always look forward to it because you would give it back. In other words, you were trained to give back something to God on this special day, harvest. And I loved it. But when I came to the yoga culture, I understood the philosophy even deeper. God doesn't need fruits or vegetables. He created it. What he's really looking for is the mood, the devotion, the love that we are offering the fruits and vegetables. So that refined my understanding of harvest. Because in the back of my mind, yeah, here God, I'm giving you this. And it was pure out of love, but I didn't understood the concept that it is the love that God offers. And then I must admit, it triggered in me a sense of understand, because like I said, I didn't grow up in wealth, or I didn't have much. So my basket had like 2 fruits, maybe, and you put ferns in it, right? And something like that. Some other of my friends who came from well-to-do families, their baskets were bigger. And then the competition in human mind kicks in, right? Oh, maybe God loved them better than me. Because, right? It's amazing how everything can become materially competitive. God doesn't see what you give. So the story in Hanuman, he's going to help Lord Ram. He's a powerful warrior, mystic monkey. He could do so much. He can move big boulders to build a bridge. There were other smaller monkeys, they were just put in one block. There were ants put in one pebble. What did God see? Not what quantity you could do. Lord Ram reciprocated with each of them equally because they were given according to their capacity. That purified my consciousness so much. God doesn't, so when you give, it's the devotion that really he cherishes. And if we can give in a way, we understand with the understanding, I know, my dear Lord, you have everything, you create everything. Here is a small token back to you out of my love from my heart. That's what God says. So as we evolve and we come to God, we do not want to make a bargain with God. Right? So some people, they make a bargain with God. In India, it's so common. They ring that bell. We call it karma kanda. My dear Lord, I'm offering you this, but I want this back. I want such and such back. How many of us followers find ourselves praying like that before? Right? We all fall into that category. So it takes a process to get from that prayer to a pure prayer where it's just out of love. I'm giving what you have given me. You have given me everything. I'm just giving a token back to you out of love. It's a very purifying understanding to have, that God doesn't need anything from us. He just wants our love. And we see it in relationships, right? If you have a relationship with someone, you can give someone the biggest gift. If the love is not there, it doesn't make sense, right? But if the love is there and you give a small gift because it's out of pure love, the person reciprocates amazingly. Yes, we've seen it. So that's what is the essence of this mantra. We can see it pervades our planet. It pervades the universe. When you give something to someone, it's not how much, it's the love, the care that comes through. So Krishna is saying, I created this whole universe, but I don't need to obtain anything. But yet he is engaged in work. So what work did Krishna do? This is always the question. What work did Krishna do when he was on the planet? So as a child, he was a cowherd boy. He took care of his parents' cows. Then when he left Vrindavan and he went to Dwarka, he went to Hastinapur, which is today New Delhi, he was a royal, they treated him as a royal prince. So he had a military army. And so he had his army, his powerful warriors, and he was there to remove evil. And how the story of the Gita goes, Krishna is not going to fight in this war, but Arjun's brother, Yudhishthira, and the evil brothers, the evil cousins, they can get Krishna's army or they can get Krishna. And the story, Arjun's brother got there and he chose Krishna. Although Krishna won't perform any fight, he won't partake in the fight. But yet, he didn't stop working. If we look at the Gita right now, he is Arjun's chariot driver. So he's still performing work. It's amazing. He created the whole, he can just chillax. He can relax. He took up the reins for driving Arjun's chariot. So whenever I get in a taxi or whenever I get on a bus, I always like to, this person is a representative of Krishna. Whenever I get on a plane, I see the pilots. I always tell the pilots, hey, thank you, because I don't know to fly a plane and I'm trusting my whole life in this person's hand. This pilot, they are representative, disciple of Krishna. They are chariot, they're like, we're dependent on them, right? So Arjun is dependent on Lord Krishna. So whenever you get on any transportation or a living entity is leading you, is guiding you, always take a moment of gratitude. Wow. To recognize, yes, this is a descendant of 5,000 years ago. Descendant of Lord Krishna. That's how I see pilots, bus drivers, train drivers, because we use them. We don't want to forget that connection of this pure spiritual being within their heart. Sometimes it's easy to just look at someone, oh, that's the conductor, right? Or that's the driver. No, they're divine spiritual beings. Their mind and psyche has been gifted for that amazing job. He says, for if I did not engage in work, O Partha, certainly all men would follow my path. So Krishna already established great people, what a great man does, common people follow. Everyone on the planet at that time understood who Krishna is, powerful. Someone said, oh, he's God. Someone said, oh, he has mystic powers. So if Krishna didn't act, people would just follow him. But because he understood a lot of people looked up to him, Krishna is telling Arjuna, they are following me because I am also performing my duty, although I don't need to do it. So it's a reminder of when we come to the spiritual path, we don't need to run away from our duty. This whole chapter is about action, karma, in the form of duty. Every one of us have certain duties, and as we become spiritual, we want to spiritualize our duty. So Arjuna doesn't want to fight. He wants to become like his uncle. He has few uncles, but one uncle came in his mind specifically in this conversation initially, his uncle Vidura. His uncle Vidura is like a yogi. He can live in the Himalayas, stop fighting. So Arjuna is thinking, I want to go live like my uncle. This war is all chaos. He got illusion. But here Krishna is purifying his mind. No, Arjuna, you have been given gifts as a warrior. You have been given gifts to protect people, to remove evil. So now let's spiritualize it. Let's people look up to you. And again, Arjuna is not just an ordinary rank and file warrior. He is the leader of the army. So because he's the leader of the army, he's the most powerful warrior. If Arjuna put down his bow and arrow and gives in to evil, the whole masses of people will follow his actions. So Krishna is refining Arjuna. If you put down a lot of people do that too. So Krishna is also piercing into his subtle body. We call it the ahankar part, the ego. Because Arjuna is used to protect people and get recognized as this powerful warrior. He has this gift. So, oh yes, I am a great warrior. Let me remember who I am. I am a great warrior. I'm not my uncle Vidura. I am a different being with a different gifts.